I would be very surprised if there are more than 1 out of 1,000 who has even the faintest idea how that radio works.
Hi, boys and girls, it's me, and welcome back to the lair. We're back down the lair today, and we're going to do something that we've done once before, and we did, I think, rather successfully. I received a radio in the mail by another manufacturer of small portable radios. Asked me if I would want to do a review on it, similar to the one I did a little bit ago on the Easy B&B radio. I said I'd love to do it, and they sent me in, and it just came in the mail. So let's open it up and have a look. Okay, and here's the radio that we're going to be reviewing. This is a Retekess. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Retekess, and it's a model V115, and this is a this looks to be an AM, FM, and shortwave radio. So anyway, before I take this out of the box and we start checking everything out, let me again explain how we're going to review the radio. Okay, here's how we're going to review it. All right, we're going to do this just the same way we did the last radio. We're going to check it for 5 things, and we're going to rate each check that we do with a score from 1 to 5. We like to do this in tubes because we're still very analog here. So 1 tube is just poor, not so good, and 5 tubes would be excellent. So we're kind of hoping that we're going to be in the excellent score here. And the five things we're going to look at are playability, how well does the radio receive stations on all the bands. So we have AM, FM, and shortwave, so we got 3 bands to check. The usability of radio, or the ease of the functions. The sound quality, I mean, how well does it sound with the speaker that's built into the radio. The build quality, well, how well is it built? It looks like it was a quality build, or was it just kind of slapped together with gum and silly string? And if the radio has any ancillary functions, any functions that are added to the radio, and then we're going to add everything up and give it a score. And obviously the best score would be a 25. So it'd be each rating got a 5, and you add them all together 25. And the Easy B&B radio got a 23.5. I never mentioned that the last time. So after we rate everything, then this radio is available on Amazon, but it's also available on other websites. The Amazon number is $24.99 or $25. Is it worth the money? We're going to find out right now. Okay, the radio looks like it's opening from the top, so let's open it up. I haven't opened this yet. I've not looked and seen or played with the radio. Okay, as soon as I open it up, I find this cord, and it looks like it's a charging cord. It would go to a small port on the radio, and then it goes to USB. All right, let's see what else we got here. This looks like, I'm not sure what this is. Looks like it could be a battery. I think it is a battery, but I don't know what it's for. But we'll find out. Maybe it's the battery for the radio. Okay, now pull this guy out. And here is the radio. And it's cute. It's very, very, very small. There's a mark here. I don't know what that is. It's like a little scratch or something on here. I just scratched it with my fingernail. Well, that's kind of disappointing. Right out of the box, it's got a little damage on it, but I'll try to polish that up later. Anyway, so looks like we have a number of things going on here. It looks like we have presets here. We've got, now this has a built-in MP3 player that you could put some music on. I don't know how much memory it has, but it looks like here you've got a reverse, you've got a pause and play, a fast forward, record, and delete here. This is your volume control, up or down. So there's no knob here. And I guess the tuning is probably the same way. Let me see where I can find where that is. I'm looking on the side. I'm not seeing it. So maybe the tuning is along with these buttons as well. So, and then in here, I bet you this must be the battery holder. Oh, sure enough. And I bet you that's where the battery goes. Let me take the battery out and just stick it in there. These usually come charged. Any of my history with getting these things, usually any kind of a rechargeable battery I get anyway, they usually, if you get it through the mail or whatever, they usually come charged. Okay, here's the battery. It's 1000 milliamp hour, 3.7 volt battery. I had a similar battery like this on my last cell phone. It was like a text phone, and it had a flat battery similar to this, but it wasn't quite the same battery. And it shows you which is positive and negative. That's kind of cool. All right, so let me put this in here. We'll close it up. Now, I'm sure this thing should have some sort of instructions in here, which it does. Okay. Full band stereo radio receiver. Okay, screen display. All right, so it shows you where everything is on here. So that's kind of cool. All right, so let's turn it on. There's your power up here. And guess what? Nobody's home. So let me see if this battery even has a charger. Maybe I do have to charge this up. Let me turn this on. Maybe I can bring this in here so you can see the display. If this thing has a charge of 3 volts or more, then we're probably okay. Oh, I'm on AC. Put it on DC, dummy. Yeah, we got almost 4 volts. So guess what? It's radio. Let me reseat this one more time. And how you like that? They sent me a broken radio. Let me check the instructions. There is a troubleshooting section. Maybe I could figure this out through the troubleshooting. Well, boys and girls, you never know what you're going to learn until you read the manual. Okay. Now, first off, this is a working radio. I'll explain how to get this up and running. Secondly, I said earlier that there was a mark on the display. There was a plastic cover on the display, and after I peeled it off, then life was good again. To get the radio to come on, okay, it's not just a casual hit the power like I was doing here and have it come on. You have to take the power button and hold it. And then it shows you welcome, waiting.
On New Jersey, 101.5 Super Tramp is on your radio.
Okay. So let me turn the volume down so I don't get the hit. So that's how you turn the radio on. Okay, so you have to, and then to turn this off, you have to basically do the same thing. You hold it, and it says bye-bye. So basically, it's not for the typical, take the mouse, point and click, hurry up, move on to the next thing. You have to hold it down until you see the welcome, and then it'll come on. So that's just the way it works, folks. Now, here's another thing that I noticed. When you initially turn the radio on, let me turn the volume back down. There's no tuning knob, there's no tuning button where you can tune up and tune down stations. There's only two ways you could actually find the station. You can either enter it manually, like if I wanted to. Now I'm on FM right now. Let's say if I wanted to, there's a local station here in central New Jersey. It's 98.3. You would have to hit 9, 8, 3. There's no point. Give it a second, and then it comes up on the display.
The soundtrack to your weekend.
Today's hits, yesterday's favorites.
Magic 98.3.
So that's how you have to change the station. Now, that's kind of clunky, I know, but there's no tuning up or down on it. The only other thing that you can do is to use the keys, and I guess this also goes along with the MP3 portion of the radio, where you have up and down. You could scan up or scan down. You have to hold it down, and it'll actually automatically start scanning radio stations.
Okay, I put it probably third all time. Behind Leitner? No. I would actually
Hold it down. It goes up to the next one. Okay. So that's how you actually do the tuning. You have to hold the button down.
All right, Sinead O'Connor in the background.
So if I wanted to go back to 99.1, go to the backward key. It scans down to the station. So that's basically how it works. I think it's a little aggravating, but I guess that's just how it was. I would have liked to have seen a manual tune on here. But I guess that's about all you can do with this. So you just have to hold it down, wait till it gets to your next station, and just go on from there. Let's get out of the Love Shack. Wow. Thought I actually found 101.3 there. And the button won't work until this. You have to wait for that to be done. Thinking.
Games.
All right, so that's how you tune the radio. Well, let's see. Let's try a preset. I'm going to make this 1019 preset number 5. I'm going to hold it down.
Major League level. What a mess. I mean, the poor Toronto Blue Jays, and they're a team now that a lot of people feel are going to make the playoffs, are going to give the Yankees all they can handle in the American League East. Yankees still should win.
Oh.
Toronto's going to be a factor. But look at what they've got to overcome.
How do you enter that?
Play at their home ballpark.
It didn't enter that.
Maybe all year.
All right, let me see how that works.
This is going to be
I gotta go back and read the manual. Well, I can honestly say that the FM reception is pretty good, especially for the fact I'm just using the antenna that comes with the radio. And this antenna, by the way, it's directional. You could fold it over and make it whatever you want. But I am a little disappointed in trying to set presets on here. It's a challenge, and it's not quite the way that I've seen presets set on, conventional radios, that are digital, and how that all sets up. This is rather a little bit challenging and a little bit weird. Let me give AM a try here.
If a Yankee batter hits for the cycle today, then Fay E from.
Oh, okay. You don't have to hold the band change button down. It seems to go over kind of quickly here. Turn up the volume. That's a station in South Jersey. It's actually coming in pretty good up here, so I was just going by channels right now.
vaccine. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from the Black Information Network.
Yeah, those are kind of some weak stations.
Auto store near you, and as always, use
That's a local AM station.
Look what God's doing to your father. A daily communion, a good man. Look what he's doing. Curse God,
I will say, though, the AM is actually very good, considering I'm in the basement and living in somewhat of a Faraday cage. So I'd say AM is really good. Let me try shortwave. Now the shortwave on here is kind of weird. It's I remember looking at the specifications. It goes from let me see what the book says about it. 4.75 to 21.85 meg. So that'll at least get you, get a good portion of some of the major league bases. Excuse me, a little bit yawny here, but I just hit scan and see what it can pick up. I have a feeling that reception down in the basement isn't going to be so good. Probably would be better if I were outside. I'll just turn the camera off until it scans onto something. Well, I managed to scan up the WBCQ with just the whip antenna in my Faraday cage basement. And it sounds like it's found Brother Stare on WBCQ. So anyhow, so the shortwave seems to be okay. I'm going to hit bye-bye. But in fairness to the radio, I mean, the sunspot cycles are worst they've been in the past 20 years. So I'm not going to try to play around with this MP3 thing. It's not, to me, it's not an important feature, although it's kind of nice. There is a slot here that you could put I guess you could put a miniature card in there and then actually do recordings. I don't know if you could actually do recordings from the radio or not. I don't think that you probably can. But it's kind of a neat little gimmicky feature. But I'll tell you what, one thing I really like about this radio, in all honesty, I try to look at everything as the glass being half full. It's very, very lightweight. So this is certainly easy to carry and travel around. So anyway, let's go look at the let's go look at our scores and how we're going to rate this guy up. Let's start with up top here, the playability. How well does the radio receive stations in all bands? Well, it's AM, FM, and shortwave. In fairness to the radio, the shortwave isn't that great right now, but I was able to pick up WBCQ in my basement just on the rod. So I would say that the shortwave is probably adequate. FM seemed to be adequate. And the AM was actually pretty good, considering that, my house has aluminum siding on it. So I'm going to give it a top score of 5. I think that the reception on all the bands were pretty good. Usability, ease of functions. Well, I think this is what's going to kill this radio. Now, this, again, is my opinion. I don't know how you would feel about it, but I'm not happy that there isn't a manual tune on this thing. I love the digital display. I think that's kind of nice. But along with the digital display, I mean, if people are going to be out with these radios and walking around, maybe have a pair of headphones on or whatever, I think that the usability is going to really come into play. And you should be able to have a manual tune on this and not a scan. And getting the presets to set, you can do it. I mean, I was able to do it, but I had a struggle with it even after reading the instructions. So I'm gonna step this guy down and give it a 3. I think that if this radio had a manual tune and was a little bit easier to store the presets, this number would be a lot more. So this is probably going to kill the score on the radio. Next is sound quality. Now, sound quality, I thought was pretty good. I don't know what it is, but it's seemingly these low-priced Chinese-made radios. They figured out how to make the sound really good on these little radios. Next to build quality, how is it built? You know, I can't really knock the build quality too much, but I'm probably gonna go overboard and say a 5. I didn't really see anything that cheap on it, so it looked like it was built okay for what it is. It is what it is. So, ancillary functions added to the radio. Well, the only thing that was added to this radio that I could see is this little MP3 player, and it looks like it requires a card to do it. So it doesn't come with a card. You have to buy a card, and I don't have a card to put it in and try it, but I'm probably not going to either because I have other ways of bringing my music around. I have music in my phone. I have an iPad. I could put music on a stick and put it in a USB port. So I think that the ancillary function of it's probably okay, but I'm only going to give it a 3.5. I mean, it's kind of nice. There's no flashlight or siren or any other kind of gadgetry, and it's not taking away from the radio, but it is what it is. So anyway, the overall score, I would say, looking at this now, it's good. The overall score is going to be 21.5 out of 25. And I think that's going to bring our average to somewhere around, let's say 4, we'll call it 4.35. So it's probably a B+ if you had to give it a score, an overall score. But the thing I think that's the biggest kicker is you need a manual tune. To have to sit there and try to scan things, and you have this radio in your pocket, it's just not going to be a good thing to do. So, overall, $24.99. Amazon, is it worth the money? Well, I'd like to say yes. It's still a good radio. I love to have, and this again is a personal thing, but the fact that it's digital is an added bonus. And it's got a nice display on it. But again, along with a digital, you really need to have a decent manual tune on it. That's the only thing that's suffering from this radio. And I would have to say that, and to kind of give this radio a little bit more credit that it's deserved, I would say that when I was making, when I did the Easy B&B radio a month or so ago, the AM was okay, but the AM on this one was actually very, very good. So if that's important to you, then I would say I would want this radio over the Easy B&B. But the Easy B&B is a little bit smaller and it has cool functions on it. So this is the number on Amazon, $24.99. You can find it on other websites. I think even eBay has it. You shop around, you might be able to get it for less. I don't know, but Amazon always, neat thing about Amazon is it always comes with I would say for $25 it probably comes with a free ship. So I may be wrong on that. I will put the link though to the Amazon site so you can see it for yourself. So anyway, I want to thank the people at Retekess for sending me this radio. It's still a cool radio. I like it. But I think that there's some improvements that are kind of waiting to happen here. And if they did, I would probably put this, I would give it the best of ratings. I really would. But anyway, thanks for watching. And If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up. If there's other things you wanted to see in this radio or things that you may have seen in, whatever, please feel like it, don't like it, feel free to comment and tell me what you think. So until next time, take care.